When I switched from Crossfire to ExpressLRS, I was missing two features. One is over-the-air updates, and two is the TBS Agent M, where you could track the drone on a map on your smartphone via Wi-Fi. I think I found a solution for the last one with ExpressLRS and QGroundControl on a Betaflight quad, everything wirelessly. I got the communication working on the bench, but I want to see if it actually flies, and if it does, I will show you how to do it. And this is my test quad, JeNo 5.1 frame with iFlight Blitz stack, F7 processor and ICM gyro, Sequre Nano GPS M10, DJI O4, and there is a Diversity Radiomaster ExpressLRS receiver in the front. Okay, let's do this. I had to do a voiceover because a dog started barking nearby. While flying, I had no idea if it will work or not, but we can see actually tracking is pretty good. I didn't do any crazy moves because I was skeptical of possible latency, and yes, it didn't feel like a 500 Hz ExpressLRS link, but we didn't expect that. It felt similar to a 50 Hz Crossfire link. Speaking of latency, in a moment I'll turn on the new Betaflight position hold, and we can use that to measure the latency of QGroundControl. It seems to be about 2.5 seconds, which is fantastic. I think it looks more responsive than TBS Agent M, but I'm not sure. I don't have a direct comparison right now. This is how the map looked like at the end of the flight. Very precise tracking, and the path is clearly visible. So with this flight successfully completed, let's dive into the configuration. I'm going to explain what to do in Betaflight, what to do on the transmitter, and finally on the phone, tablet or computer. The main reason why this is working is because ExpressLRS supports MAVlink. Without MAVlink, the ground control station software like QGroundControl wouldn't be able to interpret the telemetry. Another piece of the puzzle is Betaflight. Until recently, MAVlink wasn't properly working with Betaflight, but the newest release introduced several important improvements. This website explains everything you need to do, and I will show you step by step. First, connect your quad to your computer and go to the Betaflight web app. Go to Update Firmware, detect your flight controller, and choose the newest version. It has to be at least 2025.12. Now comes the important part. Radio protocol is usually Crossfire if you fly ExpressLRS, but this time you choose MAVlink. Telemetry protocol as well. Go on Load Firmware. Once downloaded, flash the firmware. I already did this, so I'll connect right away. Now two things. In the Ports tab, you have to select Serial RX, just like usual, on the correct UART where the receiver is connected to. And before we can continue, we have to go to the Receiver tab and choose MAVlink right here. Save, and then back in the Ports tab, now you can select MAVlink as telemetry output. If you try this before you configure the receiver, it will reset everything. Okay, we're done in Betaflight. The transmitter and receiver must be at least on ExpressLRS version 3.5 or later. Additionally, you need to flash the backpack onto your transmitter. There's different ways to update the firmware as well as install the backpack. You can use the ExpressLRS Configurator on the computer after connecting to the receiver or the transmitter. You can also use the Webflasher in the browser. As mentioned earlier, the ExpressLRS firmware needs to be at least version 3.5. And what's usually not installed at all on the transmitter side is the backpack. This has to be at least version 1.5, and you would flash it just in the same way as a newer version of ExpressLRS firmware. Once you flash the correct firmware and the backpack, go to Models and create a new model or copy one. In case you copy one, don't forget to change the receiver ID because we don't want to mess up another model. Crossfire mode is correct. We can set the packet rate later in the ExpressLRS Lua script. So return to the model and start the ExpressLRS Lua script. The most important setting is the link mode. Instead of normal, you have to choose MAVlink. Here you can set the packet rate. but one of the Betaflight pull requests for the newest version mentioned that the actual MAVlink packet rate is half of what you set here. If you set 100, it will be 50. Now go to Backpack and turn it on. When you turn it on, you can choose telemetry Wi-Fi. Scroll down all the way to other devices in order to configure your receiver. Choose your receiver and change your protocol from Crossfire to MAVlink. Go back and you're done. Depending on what packet rate you chose, you have to apply the correct RC-Link smoothing, and the easiest way is via presets. For example, if you chose 100 Hz, you have to use the ExpressLRS 50 Hz preset. There is only one catch. If you apply this preset, it will reset MAVlink to Crossfire, because there is a command to set the serial RX provider to Crossfire. So just go back to the Receiver tab, choose MAVlink, and double check the ports tab that MAVlink is selected for telemetry. On your Android phone or tablet, you have to download QGroundControl. Just go to QGroundControl and follow the links to download current stable releases, GitHub releases page. Scroll down a bit and download the APK. Once you downloaded that, install it. And once it's installed, you need to set a few permissions, file access and device's location. Choose Imperial or Metric System. And firmware is MAVlink General, vehicle multi-rotor is fine. Then I recommend to download some offline maps, which you can do in the menu, Application Settings. Go to Maps, click Add a new set, choose a map type, being hybrid is good. Zoom into the region that you want to download. You can adjust the zoom levels, download them, and you're good to go. Once everything is set up, you can connect to your transmitter backpack Wi-Fi. Go to your Wi-Fi settings and connect to the backpack Wi-Fi. Stay connected to the Wi-Fi even though there is no internet, and it should now automatically connect. Okay, that's it. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let me know in the comments, and happy flying!